All right, so the way my story starts off was I had, I think I had like $500 to my name at the time. This was probably 2 years ago, give or take. And there's this guy named Paul James, and Paul James had this. He had a course. It was like really cheap, and it was about retail arbitrage. So and it was talking about, you buy stuff at Walmart, Target. A lot of people have heard of retail arbitrage, where you buy something from a store and then you resell it on Amazon. So I looked into it and I said, okay, let's check this out. So it was a program you put on your phone. It's called Profit Bandit. So I got all that stuff, and to make a long story short, it did work. I signed up. I made some money with it, but at the end of the day, I wasn't really making a ton of profit. It was one of those things where it was a lot of work, and the timing had to be just right. So what ended up happening, I got some books from my uncle, and he has all these like really esoteric subjects and just, perfect stuff for Amazon, right? I didn't know this at the time. I sent them in, and, one by one they started selling. I'm like, wow. I'm like, man, maybe there's something to this, right? So then I started thinking, further into it, like, okay, so how do I get these books on a regular basis? So then I started going to these library sales, and you're from Connecticut. They have plenty of the library sales all over
Oh
the
yeah.
place in Connecticut. So I got the phone, and then there's this software that you need on the phone so that you can scan a book, and it'll tell you right away, is this a winner or is this something you want to avoid? So, I got the software, and at first I was looking up books with the camera on my phone, right? So that's like my first library sale. I'm like in the corner with like books stacked up, like looking them up one at a time with my camera on the phone. And, obviously it was not efficient, but I still made money, so I still made money. So even with that terrible efficiency, I made money. So, I just, yeah, really, the profit is what brought me into book selling. The profit margins, even with the, fee increases that Amazon made, I mean, the profit margins, there's still nothing like it.
If you proceed with caution, it's funny, I'm coming up on a construction area as I enter the road, and I'm proceeding with caution. You guys might be able to see it as I pass. These brothers are just hanging out, doing their thing. Working on North Carolinian roads. North Carolinian roads, by the way, are on the top of the nation. I mean, they are good, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Sometimes driving on these roads gets a little hair on your chest. It is about 8 o'clock in the morning in North Carolina, and I'm going to work. It's your boy Craig Woodall with ECW Solutions. I am the lesser half of ECW Solutions. Everyone can win. Or it's Eliza, it's Craig. I'm on my favorite stretch of road right now, and I gotta slow down because speed. The popo here in North Carolina, they will be on you. So we had a productive weekend, a learning weekend. It's the importance of failing quickly, right? When you are doing something that is giving you results and you continue on that course, even though it's wrong, it may have the tendency or has the potential to be really detrimental to your business. Luckily, you put in the work to figure out how you're supposed to be doing things, or at least best way to do things, and it kind of all works out. So I guess if anything, this video is a cautionary statement to let you know that sometimes there are better ways to do things. Oh, and it appears that the sunlight that way is causing this image to be not that good. So, see, fell quickly. Able to make decisions that better your business on the fly or as you need to. I mean, it's not like we did a ton of things too wrong, but we did do some things wrong, and we did get some results with some of the product that we have listed. By the way, we have like nearly 1,000 products on our Amazon page, so our profit so far is pretty good. It's clearly better than what we expected, but we also realized and discovered the books that we were getting, some of the books we were getting, for example, and that they were new books, and I think we may have to reanalyze what that means, were maybe not as profitable as the books that we now are getting. So, I mean, we watching a lot of videos with book flippers and what's his name, Russell Hustle, or that guy. You learn a few things, and we discovered that used books, which most of the times is what you're going to be getting, because you're not getting them, you won't be able to have an invoice, and new is like directly from the person who sold them. Any other way, I don't know. It's arguable. Maybe you guys can put some advice or clarification in the comments. And I don't want to tell you guys anything wrong. I mean, I'm not a professional yet. We're just starting off, and as I learn, I hope that you guys will learn too, and we correct the mistakes that we do and just move forward. That's my big thing. Everyone can win when you're doing things right, when you're continuously learning, when you are trying to improve your process. I'm gonna have to tell you that you're going to be privy to a bunch of software and programs and tracking devices and all those kind of things, and you may want to buy every single one of them. I'm just going to tell you that some of them are nearly a must-to-have. There are other ways to do them, but if you want to make yourself as efficient as possible, there are tools out there that will allow you to do your job better, to run your business better. Scout IQ is one of them, and I mean, just by watching the videos on how to use that software and how to source your books, where to source them, and those kind of things, and we'll have videos on where we go in North Carolina, and man, it makes things so much easier, and the profit margin, I mean, has the potential to be really, really good. I can see why a lot of people start off with books. I mean, there's so many books. Books are not going anywhere. They're all, in fact, the more that I touch books, I mean, we've had a lot of books. I mean, we probably still have another 300 books. Man, there's a lot of books there. And we haven't even prepped them and cataloged them, got them into Amazon. But making my turn. You guys should recognize this turn. It's always scary to drop $300, $400 on anything that doesn't have a guarantee to return your investment. I'm convinced that what we are doing does have the ability to bring us back a return that will secure our livelihood in the future. And so we continue to do it. We continue to try to learn and try to reach out and figure out the things that we need to do. So I just wanted to kind of throw all that out there, give you guys a good everyone can win, because everyone can win, and if you continue to push, you will win too. And man, we got a lot of videos coming because we got a lot of footage of the wins and the oohs and the ahs and the excitement that you get when you get that alert that tells you got a winner. It's a good feeling. It's a fun feeling. Having a great time doing it. But the cool thing is that I'll be able to go hit a thrift store, try to build relationships with people who have books. They're certainly going to have books that they can't move or haven't moved, and those books represent some profit for my business. So I'm going to be reaching out to whoever I can reach out to see, what we can do. And it is about business. Don't be afraid to let people know what you're doing. Some people might think that you got to be secretive while you're sourcing books, while you're scanning books, while you're looking for those books. But just be respectful, be courteous. Potential to be successful, you have to know where the books are. You have to know where the sales are. You have to know what the optimal scenario is for each sourcing trip that you take. If you go into Target, if you go into Walmart and they have a special place where all the clearance items are, you need to know that. Made a slight iteration to how we're going to operate the business because we were reading a lot about books, and books have always been like the very first boost that we got, because we did find some books that were at Dollar Tree, for example, that they're $1, but we can sell them for $8, $9, so we make $6 profit, minus our cost. But at the same time, you have some ambiguity as to how you should list the condition of those books and all those things. So eliminating all those factors that might affect us negatively and really truly figuring out what it is that we're going to do is going to be key to making sure that we create and build a successful business. So with that, I'll let you guys go and try to give you some examples of the wins that we had, and maybe you guys can learn some things too as well. So again, like and share, and you know what? Save the video that we've made and go back to it and see if there's anything that you can pick up. Now, these videos are just kind of like a beginning timeline of what we do, but as I get better and as we get our processes in on when we go out sourcing, I'll be able to show you a little bit more of how that works. But for now, I want to help dispel some of the notions of fear that you may have. So if these videos help, then please like, share, smash that subscribe button. Everyone can win. Yes, they can. And also save so you can refer back to these videos. All right? Well, make it a productive day. I hope your business is booming. Ours is starting to boom, and we want to share that success with you. Hopefully make your time easier. All right, now, signing off. Take care. Peace.